Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at a strip diagram, part whole, how we could use it to answer a word problem related to TEKS 3.4a, and we'll do it in 5 minutes or less. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we have a bakery and it's made some cookies, it sold some cookies, and there were 187 cookies left. How many cookies did the bakery sell? Well, one thing we want to use a strip diagram for is to understand the relationship between the numbers or the quantities in this problem. Because if you add 450 and 187, you're going to get one of these answer choices. If you subtract, you're going to get one of these answer choices. And so the strip diagram is really going to help us understand which operation do we need. So let's take a look at the numbers they give us. A bakery made 450 cookies for a weekend sale. Now, that is the largest number we have, and everything else they're doing is they're selling some and then they're having some left. And so that lets us know that they made 450 cookies. This is our total. You might also call it the whole, and that lets us know we're dealing with a part whole. So that's the total amount of cookies that they made. Now, here's a part, but we don't have the number here. The bakery sold some cookies. All right, so this is going to be a part. And then at the end of Saturday, there were 187 cookies left. So here's the other part. And how many cookies did they sell on Saturday? That's asking for a part, but it's not another part. It's this part right here. They sold some cookies. How many cookies did they sell? All right, so we want to represent this with a strip diagram. That's going to help give us a clue as to whether we need to add or subtract. So when we're making a part whole, we want to get our total and we want it to go all the way across. Now, sometimes it could be up above, sometimes it can be below. So I'll show you a few different ways that you might see it. There's not one correct way to do it. So you might say we've got 450 right there. That would be our total. And then you sold some. I'm going to put the question mark there. And then there's 187 left. So this is a part whole to where we've got 450 is our total. And then we've got the two parts as how much was sold on Saturday, unknown, and the 187. We could also flip it upside down, which is fine. And so we could put our 450 here, and we could put our question mark 187. There's nothing that says that it has to be inside. You could do it like this. You can have a question mark and your 187, and then you could have your total 450 underneath. You can have your total up above, and maybe the number goes in the line. There's a lot of different ways to represent this, and so don't get focused on just one orientation. What this lets me do is this lets me know that these two quantities are the same. So it goes from side to side. This quantity is the same as this quantity underneath, and those two are the question mark and the 187 joined together. Now that's not going to really help me because I don't know how to get from 187 up to 450 by adding. But this also lets me write some subtraction sentences. So I could take my whole and I could subtract this part right here, and that's going to get me that unknown. So this part whole lets me know that I need to subtract 187 from 450. So now all I need to do is perform it. Now I need to do it correctly, because if I don't, I could end up with one of these incorrect answers. All right, so 187. So we need to subtract 7 from 0 in the ones place. There's not enough there, so I'm going to take a 10. That's going to leave me 4 10s, and I'm going to make this 10 ones. So 50 is the same as 4 10s, 10 ones. But now I can subtract 10 minus 7 is 3. I need to subtract 8 10s from 4 10s. I can't do that. I'm going to take 100, make that 14 10s. That's going to give me with 6 10s, 200s, and that is my answer A.